Okay, so today we're doing a deep dive into something, well, frankly, quite strange. It involves music, global politics, and Canadian bureaucracy.
Yeah, it's got a bit of everything.
We're looking at the Belfast rap group Kneecap and this bizarre legal and political mess they found themselves in trying to get into Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission, really, is to understand how just one public statement from one person could spark such a huge controversy about politics, entry rules, and even privacy. We've got legal takes, political reporting, the band side, trying to piece it all together.
And it really is a fascinating case study. I mean, it goes way beyond just, a canceled concert.
Right.
It shows how easily a public political comment, especially from someone with perceived authority, can kind of derail standard immigration processes. And it touches on privacy rights, due process, all tangled up.
So let's set the scene first. The band is Kneecap. 3 members. Naoise Ó Cairealláin, hAnnaidh, JJ Ó Dochartaigh.
Known for being pretty anti-establishment.
Definitely. And they use a lot of Irish language in their music. They've also been very outspoken about supporting Palestine. They had 4 shows planned: Toronto, Vancouver, supposed to happen this month. But then things went sideways around September 19th.
Yeah, that seems to be the flashpoint.
It all kicked off with a social media video posted by Vince Gasparro, who's a Liberal MP.
And not just any MP. He's the parliamentary secretary for combating crime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that title, that role, it matters, doesn't it? It gives his words a certain weight, sort of an official security flavor, even though he's not, a full cabinet minister.
It definitely implies access to information, maybe even enforcement thinking.
And what he claimed was pretty blunt.
Oh, yeah. No mincing words. He flat out alleged Kneecap was ineligible to enter Canada.
And the reasons he gave.
He accused them of glorifying terrorist organizations, also amplifying political violence, and specifically showing public support for Hezbollah and Hamas.
Wow. Okay, so those are heavy accusations.
Extremely heavy.
But the really crucial part, I think, is how he framed it. He didn't just say, "I think."
No, not at all. He explicitly stated, right there in the video, that he was speaking on behalf of the government of Canada.
Oh, on behalf of the government.
And this is key, acting on official advice.
Official advice. So that implies some internal government assessment already happened.
Precisely. It takes it from political opinion to sounding like a declared government finding. Claiming terrorist links based on official advice? I mean, that carries immense weight.
So how did the band react? Predictably, I guess.
Yeah, they hit back immediately, put out a statement online.
What'd they say?
They called Gasparro's comments wholly untrue and deeply malicious. Just flatly denied supporting Hamas or Hezbollah, denied inciting any violence.
And they mentioned legal action.
They did. So they planned to sue the MP for defamation.
Okay, so accusation, denial, threat of lawsuit. But then, what? Did the government confirm this supposed ban?
And that's where it gets really murky. This is the core problem. Despite Gasparro's very authoritative-sounding statement, ineligible official advice.
Yeah.
Crickets. No official body, no department stepped up to actually confirm if a formal ban or entry denial even existed.
So nobody from immigration or public safety or anywhere else said, yes, they are banned?
Nope. Complete official silence, which left the ban just hanging, stuck.
Huh.
And interestingly, for context, just recently, one of the band members, hAnnaidh, had actually faced a terror-related charge in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but a British magistrate threw it out, dismissed it. So the UK legal system cleared him on something similar, but now a Canadian politician is publicly raising the alarm again.
So the lack of official confirmation, that must have caused some ripples politically.
Well, absolutely. It wasn't just external confusion. It turned into political finger-pointing pretty fast.
Who jumped in?
Well, the federal Conservatives were quick. Their deputy leader, Melissa Lantsman, basically called Gasparro out directly.
What was her take?
She said Gasparro either lied or he has no clue how it works, which is, a pretty direct shot.
Yeah, challenging his authority to just declare someone ineligible like that without the proper agencies backing it up.
Exactly. Questioning if one MP can just make that kind of national security call publicly, unilaterally.
And was the confusion just among the opposition? Or within the government, too?
That's the fascinating part. No, it wasn't just the opposition. Sources within Gasparro's own party, the governing Liberals, they spoke to the Hill Times. They said they were concerned about the video, about the fallout. But crucially, they admitted they felt confusion over whether any ban was actually going to happen.
So Even people inside the government were apparently unsure if this MP's declaration was real policy.
It seems so. The government itself seemed puzzled by the authority its own parliamentary secretary was claiming.
So what did Gasparro do when reporters asked him about all this confusion? Did he clarify?
Well, he sort of pivoted. When pressed, he said he made the video based on the information that was available. Notice the phrasing, available at the time.
Sounds like backtracking a bit.
A little bit, maybe. And then his office just started referring all questions to IRCC.
Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, the department that actually handles entry.
Right, the operational body. But according to our sources, IRCC just didn't respond. They stayed silent.
So let me get this straight. A parliamentarian makes a huge public accusation, terrorism links, government's behalf, official advice. Then, when pushed, he points to the agency responsible. And that agency says nothing.
Exactly. You've got the accusation hanging out there, made with apparent government authority. The accuser then deflects, and the agency responsible goes silent.
Which brings us to the real impact, the so what of all this. Because it sounds like the damage was done the moment he posted that video, regardless of whether a formal ban ever materialized.
Precisely. That public statement itself, true or not, became a massive practical problem for Kneecap, a huge hurdle.
It wasn't just about their visa application anymore.
No. It fundamentally changed the context around their application.
How so? We have analysis on this, right, from an immigration lawyer.
Yes, Aidan Simmerdone, a lawyer based in Toronto who specializes in this stuff. He looked at the situation and said, point blank, this whole thing is a huge privacy issue.
Okay, a privacy issue. Why? Is it just about revealing potential security concerns?
It's actually deeper than that, according to Simmerdone. The problem isn't just what was revealed, assuming anything concrete was even revealed internally. The big issue is the effect that public accusation has on the fairness of the official process that's supposed to follow.
Can you walk me through that? How does one politician's video stop an immigration officer from just doing their job objectively?
Okay, think about it from the perspective of that frontline IRCC officer. Their job is to assess the application based on the rules, impartially. But now, a parliamentary secretary, someone linked to the government claiming official advice, has already publicly shouted from the rooftops that these applicants are essentially terrorists and ineligible.
Ah, okay. I see the pressure.
Exactly. Simmerdone argues, and I'm quoting him here, that this public accusation, essentially accusing them of terrorism, makes it incredibly difficult for that officer to render a truly fair decision.
Because if the officer approves them,
they might look like they're contradicting a public government position or ignoring official advice that was mentioned. Even if that advice is ever confirmed, there could be internal scrutiny, political blowback.
So the politician's statement basically contaminates the process.
It compromises the due process before the official review even properly happens. The band gets, as Simmerdone put it, stuck in limbo. Their application is tainted by the public declaration.
That's a really interesting point about how political speech can interfere with bureaucratic function. But it leads to the big question. Accountability. If a politician can do this, make such a damaging public statement with these effects, what's the recourse? Can they be held responsible?
And this is where we find a kind of structural loophole. Or maybe it's a feature, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, so?
The Office of the Privacy Commissioner weighed in with a crucial piece of legal information. Canada's federal privacy laws. Well, they simply do not apply to members of Parliament when they are acting in their capacity as parliamentarians.
Wait, hang on. So the person making this incredibly sensitive public statement about someone's alleged security status, they're exempt from the very privacy laws meant to protect people from that kind of disclosure.
That appears to be the case. If, say, a regular civil servant at IRCC leaked this kind of info, or even a private citizen somehow got it and shared it, they could face serious consequences under privacy law.
Right.
But because Gasparro made the statement as a parliamentarian in that official capacity, he seems to be shielded from those specific federal privacy regulations.
That seems like a massive gap.
It's a significant legal gray area, or maybe a black hole. It allows a parliamentarian to potentially drop a bombshell public accusation, citing government authority, poison the well for due process, and then potentially face no accountability under federal privacy law for the disclosure itself.
Okay, let's try and pull this together then. We've seen a politician use his parliamentary role to publicly accuse a band of serious things, like terrorist links.
Yep, claiming government backing and official advice.
This immediately causes political chaos, confusion, even within his own party. Simultaneously, that very public statement undermines the ban's chance at a fair immigration process because the officials involved are now under immense pressure.
Right, their due process is arguably compromised.
And the final kicker. The person who made the statement seems legally shielded from federal privacy laws because he was acting as an MP.
That's the whole mess in a nutshell, that fundamental tension.
It really forces you to ask, doesn't it, about how governance should work.
It absolutely does. I mean, the big question this raises is, if a politician uses their protected parliamentary platform to effectively prejudge someone's immigration status, making specific public security accusations, but then no actual government agency confirms the ban or the facts behind it, what accountability is there? What mechanism ensures that power isn't misused?
It really highlights the power of just saying something loudly from a position of authority, doesn't it? Versus the slow, careful process of actual investigation and decision-making.
The political megaphone versus the rule of law, in a way.
So, something for you, the listener, to think about. What are the wider effects here, especially on free expression? If any political figure can potentially block someone's entry or at least throw their status into chaos, just by making a loud accusation, never mind the final legal outcome, how might that chill speech? How might it affect who feels safe criticizing governments or expressing certain views if they plan to travel?
That blurring between a political statement and what sounds like an official verdict, that's a powerful tool.
And maybe a dangerous one. Definitely something worth keeping a close eye on.